Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome to my channel. Great to be back guys with another exciting video, and I hope that you've had a good rest and holidays, and we are all back now, starting with a new year and new videos and everything. So yes, let's get stuck in. If this is your first time on my channel, a warm welcome to you. Do take the time and hit the subscribe, and yeah, just jump onto all my content. It's all for free. If you are interested in map making and that, you've come to the right place. Great, man. So today's video, guys, we are going to have a look at creating a custom soil map for your map. So in other words, if you want to have precision farming on your map and you want to generate your own soil map, I'm going to show you the process how to easily do that. Obviously my stuff, I try to stay away from being complicated and just do everything as simple and easy as possible. So first of all, obviously you will need a precision farming, what do you call it, the precision farming mod. And in order to do that, I just need to open my Steam. I've closed it unfortunately in a previous attempt, and because it was annoying, this thing pops up here in the middle of your video, and then obviously you start getting all issues and stuff, you know. So let's just let them do their thing, and we'll be there in a sec. Great. Okay, so now that we have that up and running, we can finally open the game. There it is, Farming Simulator 22. And then what you're going to do, obviously, is get past all this advertising. My word, it's crazy. Go into the game. Right, here we go. Good stuff. So while we're busy waiting for the game to load, take this time and just hit that like button. It does help my channel a little bit, you know. It always does work good. Now the first thing you want to know is to get the precision farming. It's actually a DLC that's for free, so you don't have to pay for it. And what's very nice is it's one of the only, I think maybe one of the only DLCs that I know that you can edit, which is awesome. So you just go to download content, you search here for precision, just like that, and then this one here, you will see precision farming. Alright, so you can click on that, download it, and go out of the game. That's all you want to do. So once it's downloaded, it's already in your mods folder. So let's get out of there. Alright, so now the next thing we want to do is we want to go into our mods folder and find that precision farming that it's downloaded. And you'll see what I've done with mine. I've already got it in here, precision farming, there it is. It comes in zip format, so I've just unzipped it. So that's the first thing you want to do, is take your zip file, precision farming, right click on it, and then I've got WinRAR, and you just extract it to a folder here in your thingamabob, so that you can access the files. But keep the original zip, because obviously you would like to have the original zip. All right, so there it is, precision farming. Open that up, and then in there you will find soil maps. Alright, so there it is. Now here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 soil maps already made for you. So in my mind, and I'm a very simple guy, you know, in my mind, I cannot understand why you would want to make another soil map if there's already 5 different soil maps to choose from, and they're all different, you know. So what the soil maps are, guys, if you've got 4 different types of soil in the game, and each of those soil types requires you to either add some lime or either add some fertilizer to balance the pH. That is what precision farming is all about. Balancing the pH of your ground so that your fruits and everything can grow better, you know. So there it is. That's what precision farming is all about. So if you're interested in all this mumbo jumbo, then obviously you would want to add precision farming to your game and make the game much more complicated than it is, in my opinion. But for the guys who are interested in this, that's why I'm making the video, to help you generate your own thing. All right, now in the same precision farming, just want to get to that. there is documents, and very nicely Giants has prepared a Prepare Mod Maps PDF for you. So in here you'll find the whole process, which I'm going to explain to you now in this video, how to add precision farming to your map. Alright, so if you've got your own custom map and you want to add it to the map, remember now this is a mod, guys. In various aspects, you don't have to do anything to use precision farming. You just have to have the mod in your mods folder. It will do everything necessary for your map already by default. But to customize it for different fruit, for instance, if you have extra fruit above the game's normal stuff. So if you have a normal in-game map, you don't have to do anything to your map to have precision farming. You just drop the mod in your game and you'll have precision farming on your map. You know, but the moment you want custom stuff like custom fruit and have your own soil map, that type of stuff, you're going to have to edit it like we're going to do now. Alright, so first things, you can read through this whole document and follow it step by step, guys. And what's very nice is you can copy and paste directly out of this PDF, which is very handy. Alright, so first things first, let's just follow it by step. We want to take our map that we have. I want to go here to my map, which is in here. And I've just got my test map in here. And you want to open your map i3D, obviously, in the editor. So let's go to Notepad. And there it is. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee, guys, while we wait. For a change, my PC was much faster than I was. Or am. Good. Alright, so Control F, first things you want to do is search for farmland. Alright. Now the farmland GRLE is the line that we're going to use. So I'm going to show you, you just copy this, Control C. So click on the left side here by the number. Click on that so it highlights the line. Control C that. Go right to the top of your thing here by files. And when you edit your i3D, guys, do be very careful not to make typos or paste stuff in there that's going to give errors, because then the moment you open your map in the editor, it will crash, it won't open anymore. Then you know, oops, I've made a problem, and come back to your i3D here, undo whatever you've done, save the i3D, and then your map will 10:1 work again. That's why I always leave this open. I don't close this so that I can come back and undo changes that I've made. Alright, so the next thing, you want to go right to the top where your files is. So you just under files, click there, hit Control and V for Victor, and there it is. We've copied that line. Alright, now the first thing is 225. We want to add 2 zeros there. Alright, that's the first thing we want to do. And then we're going to go back into, I'm going to open a new tab, back into the Precision Farming mod. Under soil maps, you'll see there's the 5 soil maps. The pH noise is a different thing. Don't worry about that. We're going to just focus on this video in the soil map. I'm going to copy the generic one for now. Just copy it, Control C. Go back into my map, into my data folder where all my weight files and density maps and info layers are. So I'm just going to paste it here, Control and V for Victor once again. And then I'm going to rename this just to say generic soil map, just so that I know what it is. Alright, so generic soil map, and I'm going to take that name, copy it, Control C, and I'm going to add it here to my map i3D. I'm going to double click here on the name, Control V. So what's going to happen now is the i3D is going to open and it's going to find this file ID, and it's going to find this directory, and it's going to find this generic soil map.grle. So I'm adding just that grle that I've pasted in my map directory. I've added it here into the i3D first. All right. Now, if you go to the document, they don't start there. They start by editing the info layer first, which is a little bit later on. I've just done it in reverse, so don't worry. You can follow it in the document. It doesn't matter. But if you follow my video, it's going to be the same outcome. But I prefer you follow my video. Okay. Well, I like to start on top. They've started in the middle. I'll start on top and then work my way to the middle. All right, so easy peasy. We're going to click on farmland and click on find next. So it's going to go back to our farmlands, and I'm going to go farmlands again, find next. All right, so this is where we want to be now. So I'm going to take this line once again, the one that says info layer farmland, and I'm going to copy this whole line just like that. Control C, and I'm going to paste it twice like that. Actually, it didn't work out the way I wanted to, but anyway, there it is. I'll just hit enter. So you have it like that. And like I say, guys, be very careful in your R3D. Do not make any mistakes. Don't put any characters where it shouldn't be, and don't paste stuff where it shouldn't be. Don't make any mistakes there. All right. Now remember, we want to change this name back to, I've actually forgotten something, guys. Here on top, this needs to be, sorry, I didn't forget anything. We want to take that file ID, Control C. I'm going to go back to my find. There it is. And then rename the first one. Sorry, not name. The info layer. Sorry, guys. We're going to go back here. Grab the info layer name here. So you see it's soil map. So I'm going to just copy soil map here. Control C. Back into my i3D. Control V. So the name of the info layer is soil map. All right. So you want to leave it by default here, guys. Don't put anything else there, because who knows what scripts are running in the background, and Giants has got working in the background looking for this name called soil map. So leave it as default as you can. And the num channels you'll see in the thing, it must be 3. So num channels is 3 in the documentation. So we're going to change the num channels to 3. All right, there it is. And we know our ID was 25500. So that's the 3 things you need to change here in this line that you've copied and pasted in here. Is the name, the ID, and the channels. Do not change anything else. Don't make any changes, anything else. Just leave it as is. And your file ID will probably be different than mine, because your farmlands might have a different ID, so it doesn't matter the ID. Just put that 2 zeros, guys. That's important. So this file ID will be the same as the one on top that you've added. That's what's important. This ID must be the same as this one here, so that the two are talking about the same thing. All right, then you save your map i3D, and now we're going to open the map in game, or not in game, in the editor. So open the i3D. First things first, a lot of guys immediately when they see, oh, the thing opened and it works, they start editing the map. Do not edit anything. You see, error while loading R3D file. So now we're going to find out what the problem is. All right, guys, so I've just opened my console and I see this error. So this is now a good thing this stuff happens, so we can solve this problem together. It says here, at line 4237, I've got a mismatched tag. Remember I told you about be careful about stuff. So line 4327. So I don't know what happened with this line 4237. So let's just have a look, because I haven't been close to 4237. 4237 layers. Okay, this is what I suppose the problem is, guys. This info layer here is part of all the other layers, so I suppose there's a problem with my tag here at the end of this line, but let's just make sure. You see, it needs that little slash in there, I'm sure, but let's go back to the documentation and see what they've got there. Yeah, you see, there it is. So you can't just copy this line like they say you do there, because be careful now, that little tag, it needs to be there, you see. So I've just copied the same one they've got there, and mine doesn't have the tag. All right, so let us just put the tag in there. I must just close the map first without saving. So let's go there, close the map without saving. So what I'm going to do is add the tag in there, like so. and then grab this, or just save it there and just test it. That is one thing. So what you could actually do, guys, to be safe, is just copy and paste the line they've got there in the PDF. You'll see it seems to be working now. It's just the only problem. But let's just see if it opens up. Yeah, opens up. No issues at all. All right, so no errors, which is very important. And that's the first thing you want to do. And now save the map, guys. Do not do anything else. If you have no errors, save the map. If you have errors, do not save the map. So fix the errors first, like I've done. Save the map, and then everything is all right. Now you're going to go back here. It's going to give you a warning here to reload, because your numbers, Giants has changed your file IDs for you. So this was just a temporary ID we've put in on both places. Now Giants have changed it for you, and it's rearranged everything for you to be in the right order. So you go say yes, and if you now find farmland, you'll see they've changed it. You see 225, 226, it's in order now, and it's in the right spot. Everything is all sorted. So just leave it as is, and now we can go back into our map. All right, so, oh yeah, when you come back to your folder and you don't see your map R3D here anymore, just hit F5, because it's updated and it's lying at the very bottom of your thing. So you just hit F5 on your keyboard, and it will rearrange your things for you, and everything will look the way it should look. It's happened a lot of times with me, and I've got a long list of files there, and suddenly my map R3D is gone. I can't find it. You just hit F5 and it will appear. From out of the ashes. Good. All right. Now the next thing we want to do, now that we have a soil map or an info layer soil map loaded into our map, so we've generated a new info layer. All right. So there it is. Now, if you now open up the window, not the window, the info layer here, or just go back into your terrain editing panel. You go down to the info layer. My soil map is now right on top because it was the first one in the list. If you've put it underneath the farmlands, it will be second or third or whatever. So you just make sure that you are on soil map, hit the info layer here, and there's your soil map appearing. Now be very careful, guys. Do not change anything out of the ordinary from the documentation. Don't edit anything. Or just leave everything default. That's what I always say. The stuff works when it's default. All right. So when you've got this selected, how the soil maps work, it uses 0, 1, and 2, I think, to determine the channels. So all you do is, with your little cursor, Control and R for Romeo on one of the patterns. It will show you which channel it is. All right. In the documentation, they always also show you that here. There it is. There's 4 different things. So it's 0 is loamy sand channel with nothing selected. It's loamy sand. Channel 0 is sandy loam, and then you've got loam, which is 1, and silty clay, which is 0 and 1. So it's actually only the first 2 info channels that is used to select. So it's 0 and 1 that gives you 4 channels. All right, so that's binary, normal binary stuff, guys. And in here, then you can go Control R and select whichever one you want. And you can now modify this, guys. If you want to really, you can modify the loamy whatever on there, 0. You can add, and you can paint over the whole thing if you want, modify this to your heart's content. Why you want to load it in your map is, if you look at your map, for instance, if you want to really go into the thing about it. And remember, just think about your map as a thing that happened with the Great Flood. All the different layers of soil was washed around and settled in different areas to form the different soil types that we have today, So that is basically why we have different soil types, is because of the flood. The whole earth was underwater, so in that flood, everything settled again into different layers. So that's why we have the different layers. But anyway, so what we want to get into, obviously, is you can leave it. I mean, there's no reason for you to want to change the default soil map, but if you want to do, you can now come and edit every one of these channels and paint it in the right spot where you want loamy sand to be and soily clay or whatever, you know. So you can edit this to your heart's content, or you can do the following. So I'm just going to close the map without saving. Go back into our soil maps, grab the Alpine one, which is made for this map, by the way. I'm going to copy that. All right, go back into my map, data, and now that we have everything set up in the i3D, I can just paste it in here. I'll take this name of mine, copy that, Control C. I'll put a 1 in there, so it will be unrecognized in the game, and I'll just overwrite the map Alpine now, and that becomes now generic soil map. Alright, so now if I've done that, now I've got the Alpine one loading in my map. So let's open my map. Sorry, it is in here. Just obviously have to go back one, find my i3D, and now it will load the Alpine one for me. So you can cycle them all and see which one you like best, because they all just randomly made, thought of, you know, sort of, what do you call it, thumb sucking, where it is. There's no rule to where clay must be and where sandy soil must be or whatever. You decide where you want it, or you can just leave it by default. There's 5 different ones to choose from. Why go and reinvent the wheel, I always say, you know. So if I now click on that, there's a different soil map. Wow, isn't that awesome? So pick one, edit it the way you want. If you want to change it, change it. If you don't want, just leave it as is, and you've got it in game already all set up. All right. Now the next thing you want to do, if you want to, I wonder if I should bother in this video about setting up the rest. But the documentation is very clear, guys. Once you've done all that, now you can also add precision farming now to your, that is very important, guys, the map, your map XML. You have to add the soil map to your map XML as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the documentation side, copy this, precision farming, Control C. So I'm going to go in there, map i3D we're done with. So I'm going to find my map XML for my map, and I just want to make sure, I don't have any thing there, but find a spot anywhere in the XML. Just going to go home, Control and V for Victor again. Oh, why did it not copy? What's this here? Copy. I did Control C. For some reason it didn't copy, so I don't want to put that in there. What is going on here? It doesn't want to copy. It's probably this HTML thingamabob. Where on earth am I? Okay, I think I'm going to just open this in a different program so I can copy it. So what I'm going to do, and it's also good that this happens now, because you're going to probably sit with the same problem. So I'm going to go Documents, and I'm going to, you see it's opening in Acrobat DC. So I'm going to open with HTML, which is Microsoft Edge. All right, so open that with Microsoft Edge. And let's find our little line that we want to add to our map precision farming path to GRE. So I'm going to go copy that. Right, there we go. This is going to be much easier. Hopefully it will copy now. Get a few lines open there. There you go. Much better, guys. So use Microsoft Edge to open your PDF, because otherwise, if you use Acrobat Reader, they've got all their little copyright nonsense and all kinds of stuff, you know, and licensing and stuff that you don't need in your life, you know, that type of things. So there it is. And now obviously we need to make sure that our directory is correct here. So from our map it will be data. Just go back to my map. So it will be from our map directory, it will be maps, map Alpine, data. So I'm going to go to data, click there, and then copy from my map directory everything behind that. Control C, back into my XML, and then in front, Control V, and then just remember to do all the forward slashes, guys. Make everything forward slashes, data, and then the name, obviously we need to change as well to our soil map, generic soil map. Control C. You can name it whatever you want, guys. It doesn't really matter. I'll just leave it generic soil map, then I know what it is. Just rename that. Alright, so that's the next thing we want to do to our map XML. I just want to run through everything and see what else I've forgotten about. Oh, the fruit requirements. Okay, if you have custom fruit, you're going to have to do the same here. Add this to your map XML for the custom fruit. Every fruit needs to be added. There it is, your new fruit types. And then seed rate, definitely for your seeders, you're going to have to add that. So it's the fruit types and the seed rate that you want to add to your map XML. And that's all that you need for the DLC to work properly on your map if you want to do custom stuff. Alright, so here it is. So now we're going to save this map XML. Precision farming. Just want to see precision farming. Why is it not? Oh, yeah, I've got a problem here, guys. This is not ending right, so I just want to make sure what I've made a mistake of now. So documents. I see I've already closed that again. Open with Edge. So I just want to see where's the precision farming. Yeah, you see there it is. Don't have the last little thing. For some reason I didn't copy that. So that is how simple and quick and easy you can make a little mistake, guys. So if you click there, it should go purple like that on the start and end. That's the start and the end, and there that's the start and the end. So now it's fine, so I can save that. Alright, so I just want to quickly just give this map a name, because otherwise I think it's going to go up as, what is it named? Test map. I'll find it. It's test map. It's the only test map. Just to make sure. Right, so let's quickly have a check, guys, to see if it loads up and if there's any errors. And remember now, you need the precision farming mod in your mods folder to work. Otherwise it will not work. Test map, there it is. And now we can, I'm just going to deselect. I'm going to put on my development tools in case I want to fly around, and then find precision farming DLC. It needs to be enabled on this map. So that's it, guys, and start. And I want to just have a look just through all the little things that rolls up. Okay, there might be some issues on the map itself because it's just a test map, guys. So like those cheese things, it's the stuff that I haven't set up on the map. But that's map errors. It's got nothing to do with precision farming. You see there, cheese collectibles. So that's the stuff that's not set up on the map. I just run through and make sure that there's no other errors. That's just warnings for the unzipped stuff. I haven't got the zip version of the map, and also precision farming. And now, guys, for precision farming, if I remember correctly, yes, you'll have this little radar thing, you know. And the moment you start testing your fields, you'll have the loamy sand and clay and soil types, you know. So at the moment, it's nothing because there's nothing being tested. All right, so it's a layer underneath, and you need to do field tests with the equipment to see what type of soil there is. But everything is working fine, as it should be working, and that is the way you do a custom soil map in your map. All right, so add that little thingamabob, and all is well. You won't have any other problems. And if you do have custom fruit on your map, add the custom fruits and all should be fine. You don't, like I always say, keep things simple, guys. Don't go into difficult stuff. Don't go break your brain, try and modify giant stuff, because otherwise stuff won't work, and it will be a problem, you know. So there you go. Well, guys, I hope it's been helpful and insightful, and I hope it's given you something to work with and answered some questions about generating your own custom soil map for your map. All right. Well, guys, have an awesome day. Do remember to like and subscribe. And if you do like to support my work, jump onto my Patreon. Really do appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, awesome day, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.